Bentley, Williams and Morgan define an inclusive education approach as one that considers all students as learners with equal rights, but with a diversity of needs. In order to make children aware that differences don't make us different, and to promote a classroom climate that supports inclusion, I have created a book that challenges common stereotypes that children are familiar with. For example, the first character is Tina. The story asks the students, did you know that there are female police officers as well as male ones? Ashman and Elkins state that what we learn and how we learn is governed by where we live, our culture, and our society. This idea is incorporated by speaking about male nurses, different forms of saying hello, and different celebrations around the world. This book prompts particular questions that make students think about differences and challenges the way they see the world. It also assists students in thinking about people with disabilities and impairments, such as tennis players and wheelchairs, and children with glasses. This idea was derived from the Disability Discrimination Act of 1992 that states it is unlawful for an educational authority to discriminate against a person on the grounds of the person's disability. Not only does it help students open their eyes to what amazing things people can do despite their differences, but the story teaches students that even though people are different, they are still the same as everybody else. Support from this idea comes from the Disability Standards for Education 2005, which talks about on the same basis. This means a person with a disability is able to participate in the same activities and programs at a school on the same basis as a person without a disability. At the end of the book, it shows a group of students from different nationalities and cultural backgrounds, and the story asks students, would you join their playgroup? The ending is delivering the idea to students that it doesn't matter if these people are different. They will be eager to say yes to this question. Implications behind this story are derived from Tomlinson and Imbo's 6 beliefs. One of them states diversity is both inevitable and positive. Tomlinson and Imbo's belief contributes to student awareness of their similarities and differences, but at the same time, it introduces them to multiple perspectives. During discussion with the teacher about this book, students will learn to seek and value multiple perspectives on particular issues and topics. They can learn to value these differences in the classroom, and their perspectives will be altered in a way that allows them to say it's okay to be different. Let's suggests that when practitioners can take a different approach towards an event, they reframe it, making it possible for new ways of understanding to open up. By taking on multiple perspectives on how a teacher works and the effects of their teaching, they are being critical towards their practice. Not only is this book introducing new perspectives to students, but it also assists teachers in challenging mainstream stereotypes and identifying and scrutinizing the assumptions that undergird how they work. Brookfield's research supports this as he talks about becoming aware of implicit assumptions as a teacher that frame how we think and act. Brookfield highlights paradigmatic assumptions, which are the structuring assumptions that we use to order the world into particular categories. When they are challenged, it is highly beneficial towards an inclusive classroom. Ashman and Elkins support these ideologies by stating that children combine their experiences with their assumptions about the world, and a way of overcoming these prejudices is by introducing alternative ways of viewing the world. This book also challenges gender stereotypes. This is supported by the Sex Discrimination Act of 1984 that states it is unlawful for an educational authority to discriminate against a person on the grounds of the person's sex or gender identity. Furthermore, the ideas behind the creation of this book were derived from the Melbourne Declaration on Educational Goals for Young Australians. One of its aims is to provide all students with access to high-quality schooling that is free from discrimination based on all of these things. This book supports this goal in regards to highly valuing these diversities to help students gain the understanding that discrimination is a bad thing. Additionally, the Melbourne Declaration strives to ensure that schooling contributes to a socially cohesive society that respects and appreciates cultural, social, and religious diversity. Different parts of the book specifically value different cultures and religions and it is important that class discussions are carried out in order to gain different perspectives among students and to create a safe and supportive learning environment.